What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the channel. We're having fun with an LTZ400. Yep, you may see a golf cart, but there is an LTZ400 underneath that shell. Quad front end, quad rear end, quad frame. Yep, interesting setup. Don't like how they got the clutch and the brake on the shift lever, but that's not the problem for today. We had this thing here just about over a year ago. Got a test drive video of it. Me and Tony went sideways. Damn thing almost killed us. It was a lot of fun to ride, but was not the safest thing in the world, but still a lot of fun. He sold it to a friend. Friend turned around, did some modifications to it, cleaned it up, made it look a lot better. And then apparently it got passed around a few more times. Somebody pulled the stator cover off. There was 3 gaskets on that thing. So when Tony got it, there was no oil in this motor. Didn't want to run. Was having issues. So after we pulled the head, if you guys saw that one video where the head that had the bent valves in it, both valves were just almost at a 90. Yeah, that's that head. We turned around, we got some new valves, we put new valves in it. There's a video on that also. We post all kinds of videos on this page. If you haven't flipped through, you might want to hit that subscribe button and flip through the channel. We got ride videos, build videos, all kinds of weird stuff on this channel. Mainly quad and trike related, but when we get some neat builds in here, we do some neat stuff with them also. Not opposed to working on really cool things, unique things, and stuff that's just weird. We like weird. Definitely like weird. So, we're pretty much, in this video, we're just going to talk a bit and go over putting this head back on this LTZ motor. Show you guys how to time the cams a little bit further back. At this point, I'm playing the on and off, you forgot something, on and off, you forgot something game. Turned around, put the head on. Noticed it was kind of wobbly. Saw the dowel sitting down in the floorboard, so we had to put the dowel back in the bottom of the head. Make sure everything's all square. Also was missing a cam cover bolt. I flipped that thing over when I went to go put the dowel in it. Bolt fell out of the head. Cool. We found the bolt that we were missing. It's a wonderful time. Make sure the gasket's on the right way. Get things cleared up, moved around, and put the head back on. Once you get the head back on, pull the cams back out so that we can stick the bolts in it. Yep. The cams were a little bit sticky in this head. Didn't like how they were rolling around. They weren't too free, so we had to do quite a bit of work with them to get everything to work like it's supposed to. Finally got everything to work. Good. Not great, but good. Tony said, put it together. We'll see what happens. So, he's the man. We're going to put it together. We're going to see what happens. It's pretty much that simple. Not my project. It's his project. I'm just the one working on it. He comes over, helps every once in a while. Great to have him around. Always helpful. Keeps me busy. Brings in some really interesting things. And when he feels like riding, he puts on one heck of a show on the track in the backyard. If you're not familiar with the channel, yes, we have a full motocross track in the back that we do test and tunes on, free rides, race practice. We have people come over and ride on it. Like I said, flip through the channel, hit that subscribe button. Comments are always welcome and appreciated. Channel's monetized. We've got membership set up, so if you want to support the channel, think about hitting that membership button. Really appreciate it. Trying to get these videos to as many people as we can possibly get to. Share the information, share the fun, get the community rolling. See how I do things, because I don't do things the typical way. Been motorcycle certified since 95. Been in dealerships since 93. Been working on bikes since pretty much 87. So yeah, lots of experience doing this. I grew up in a racing family. We built race cars, we built engines. The knowledge that I got growing up between my grandfathers, my relatives, and everybody else in the family and friends is apparent nowadays. I absolutely love getting the phone calls of people saying, hey, can you do this? I haven't found anybody willing to do it yet. And my answer is typically, yeah, let's get on it. Let's have some fun. Let's build some cool stuff. Love oddball projects. We've got an 86 KX125 that was brought in. It's a guy's dream bike to have it converted to a three-wheeler, so we're building the subframe, the swing arm. We're putting 350X triples with Yamaha Tri-Z forks so that we get the right kind of wheelbase, a good spread, and it's set up the way he wants it to be set up, but it's also set up correctly so that it handles well and looks correct. We're going after a it looks like Kawasaki built it kind of build, so make sure you're tuned in for that. The build's coming up. I've got the bike in the shop now. We're going to be stripping it down. We've still got the TRX450 that's got to go back together. Fighting with leaky valves. Not happy with titanium valves. If you don't have seat cutters, titanium valves can be a severe pain in the butt. The titanium valves will beat the living snot out of the seats, create pits and everything else so that when you go to put the new valves in, they don't seal. I've had this TRX 450 apart 7 times. The last time it almost fired, I pulled the head off, I put air back to the runners. There was 2 tiny little spots that caused micro bubbles, but it was just enough to lose the compression that the bike would not start. So, got to pull the valves back out, lap them one more time. Hopefully this is the last time I've got to pull this head apart. We can get rid of this TRX 450. It can go back to the owner. We've got a nice set of plastics to sell to him, and he wants a set of paddle tires that I've got on the shelf. So, can't wait to get that project done and gone. We've got the FL350 Honda Odyssey that we're putting together. Working on brakes and a couple other things at this point, trying to get that finished up also. Got to knock out a couple of more machining jobs. We've got a set of triple plates that are going on an old vintage Yamaha. Guy sent me a set of 350X plates. I've got to cut them so that they fit the stem. Unfortunately, my mill is down. So we've got to figure out another way to do this without the mill. So it's pretty much going to be by hand, which I'm kind of accustomed to at this point. We don't have a lot of machines. We don't have a lot of fun toys or tools that we can play with to make jobs easy. A lot of this stuff is manually by hand. There is no CNC. So when I build my triple plates and stuff, it's all by hand, eyeballed, lined up, measured, marked. If drill bits walk and holes move a little bit, it happens. I try and get them corrected by the time they're done. Sometimes they're not exactly perfect, but they're close enough to work. And these invert front ends are definitely one of the best upgrades that you can put on a bike. I'm not charging an arm and a leg for these front ends. They are not pretty CNC cut. They are manually built, manually cleaned, manually polished. Yep. And it's on a Bailey MLD, so it's not even like I've got a massive mill or anything. This is all small time stuff. I'm using this equipment for stuff that it was never designed to be used for. We've also got the Quad Racer 250, the 92 going back together. Fresh powder, all kinds of prettiness going together. Really, really happy with how this build is turning out. Dave called me up and updated me on the 88 TRX 250R frame that I've got. Said it's got some holes in it, so he's going to try and repair the holes before it goes to powder. And we will get that back up here, and we will start on that build also. Going to be a lot of sandblasting to get done. Got to clean up all the arms. If you've seen the videos of me polishing the swing arms, that's the Quad Racer swing arm, and it's a TRX 450ER rear end that we're putting on the 250R frame. I'm not going full OEM on this build. We're going to build it so that it can be put on the track and raced. So we're going with a wider front end, wider rear end, better suspension, make it very stable, very fast. Not quite sure if we're going with a super big bore, a mild big bore, or if we're going to go with a stock bore kind of motor yet. Haven't gotten that far. I mean, the frame's not even back from powder yet, so got a long way to go on that. Long way to go on a lot of stuff. Lots and lots of projects here. We've still got the CR125 200X combination that's going together. We've got some Ducatis that need to be built. Still got the stretched 310R that needs to be finished up. I'm waiting on the customer to get to top end. We've got the TRX500. That frame is going off to powder. Got that stripped all down, ready to go. Lots and lots of stuff going on. It's a busy shop. We have a lot of fun. When I get a little bit bored, we hop on the bikes. We go ride in the back. If I've got people around, we'll be getting some camera shots. If not, it's not that easy to keep moving the tripod to get you guys a ride video. But sometimes I get a hair up my butt and we grab that tripod and we just play, move the tripod, go past the tripod, move the tripod, go past the tripod. Try and get some good videos for you guys. I know y'all like seeing them 250Rs and trikes rip around the track. Right here, we're looking at the cams. They don't have the caps on them yet. You got to find the marks, and you got to make the marks level with the head. First thing you do, you set that cam chain on there, get everything kind of set in place, and then set the timing. It's not really hard. It's not really tedious. As you can see, the marks are all there. Everything's all lined up. The lobes pretty much opposite each other, and that's timing on a 400 motor. LTZ, KFX, and the DBZ are all pretty much the same quad. Can-Am, Suzuki, and Kawasaki all pretty much got on board together and said, we're going to build one. We'll change the plastics around a little bit. So these motors are super common. Parts are really easy to find. We got Tony ripping down a motor. We're going to end this video here. Y'all have a great day. I really appreciate you tuning in. See you in the next one.